this episode of Let's Talk 716 Sports. My special guest is Spence, and we will be talking some Bills football. How do you think the Bills will do the rest of this season?
Well, I think the Bills have kind of set themselves up to have their own destiny in their own hands, which is a good thing, at this point of the season to be 9-3. And really, I know we're tied or we're in second place when it comes to the AFC East behind Miami. Well, right now we have the lead. They have to beat, they have to win this weekend. If they don't win, then we have the first we're winning the division, but then you also are only one game behind the Chiefs. So I think, if you look at our schedule, I still think that we can beat the Dolphins. I think that we can beat the Patriots again, and I think we're going to beat the Jets. So when it comes to the division, I think we're set. And then, you look at the other teams we have to play, and again, I still think that we're capable of winning the conference, and that's what you want. You want to be able to go into the playoffs with the number one seed, so that way the road to the Super Bowl goes through Buffalo. And that's important, because you've seen the last couple of years we've had to go to Kansas City, and that hasn't been fun. Going to Kansas City, obviously 13 seconds. And then the year before that, it wasn't fun going to the AFC Championship and losing there. So what you want to do is you absolutely want to be able to make that trip to the Super Bowl run through Buffalo or run through Orchard Park, where, people got to come in and deal with Bills Mafia and deal with whatever elements may happen. And I think Josh Allen is starting to look healthy again. When you look at the game that we just had against the Patriots, he looked like he was making throws with precision, and like he was, his arm was strong again, and he wasn't taking anything off the throws. I think Stefon Diggs he's going to be an all-pro wide receiver this year. If he's not, in the AFC, is going to be tough to me to think of, two guys that I'll put above him. Maybe right now Tyreek Hill, but with the way the season has gone, with a lot of people in the AFC with injuries or with whatever, I think you Stefon Diggs is absolutely that. And defensively, we're hurt a little bit because Von Miller is out, but I think Von will be back in time for the playoffs. And I just think overall we're getting healthy at the right time, with Josh and with all these other guys. And then I think our offense is starting to pick up, and hopefully we can sign Odell Beckham Jr., and if we do, then we'll have a couple good weapons to go along with Stefon Diggs. And, I'm excited. I think we absolutely have a chance at making some noise in the playoffs. This is the year that I really, really think we have, Josh Allen's experience and the team behind us to really make a push at that Super Bowl. I'm really hoping that this is the year.
How long is Von Miller on the IR for?
He's on there for 4 weeks. So we have another, it was technically after, or wait, it was prior to the game. So we have another 3 games that we'll have to wait to see if Von Miller will be able to play against, so let me see. We have the Jets, we have the Dolphins, we have the Bears, and Cincinnati, I believe. So you have those 4 teams, and after Cincinnati, Von Miller will be back.
How far do you think the Bills will go in the playoffs?
Well, like I said a couple minutes ago, man, I think it's the Buffalo Bills are in the right position to do it. We got the quarterback, we got the experience, we got the receivers, and this year our defense is playing so much better. I know last year we had like we had the number 1 overall defense, but when you look at it, we were getting beat up in the run game. When we played against top quarterbacks, we gave up big yards. And I think this year you've seen an improvement, even with the injuries to Micah Hyde, and we finally got Trey White back. But even with those injuries, I feel like we've done a far better job at, overall keeping teams, from putting up big points or putting up a lot of yards. We have one maybe 2 games where the running game didn't look great, but they fixed that quickly. They've been shutting down every single running back that we've come up against. We stopped Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, which is not easy to do. This past game, we shut down Ramondre Stevenson against the Patriots, and that's not easy to do. He's their leading running back or rusher and receiver on the team. So I think overall the defense is there. I think our offense is figuring it out, and we're getting back there. Our run game looks strong, so it takes some of the pressure off of Josh to be Superman. But then when the playoffs come around, I think they open things up and let Josh Allen really just dominate games. So I think this is, I really do. I think we can make some noise to the Super Bowl. I think I like our chances. I'm not going to say that we're going to be the odds on favorites, because I think Kansas City is still a tough team. I think, there's going to be a couple challenges along the way. I think the Miami Dolphins actually have something to say about it. They'll make the playoffs for sure, whether it's the division leader or whether it's a wild card. But I think they have the talent at any point to put up big points in the playoffs, but I don't think their defense is as good. So when you get to the playoffs, you're going to have to play good defense, and I don't think the Dolphins are as capable as the Buffalo Bills or some of the other top teams. So hopefully it plays out right for us in the end, and I'm gonna say the Bills got a good chance, Robbie. I really do. I think we got a good chance there.
What is your expectation for the off season?
Well, for me, my expectation for the offseason is I want the team to really continue to put key or nice pieces around Josh Allen. I think, this last offseason, Cole Beasley left, Emmanuel Sanders retired. I just think they kind of took for granted that during the playoffs, Gabriel Davis looked very good with that 4-touchdown performance against the Kansas City Chiefs. So they automatically assumed that Gabriel Davis was going to be like a really, really good superstar wide receiver, which I still think that he can. The thing is, I don't think that he has. You know what I mean? I don't think that we've gotten the performance this year out of Gabriel Davis that we really wanted to get. So my expectation is if we don't sign Odell Beckham Jr. in the next couple of weeks, or, this week coming up, my expectation would be that we really do pay attention to the offense this year. Draft another running back, because Devin Singletary will be a free agent. And, so you want another running back to go along with James Cook. You want another wide receiver. You probably want to beef up your offensive line as well through the draft or through free agency. We've had some injuries that really questioned or shown that our depth is a little questionable. And but our defensive line, I think, is set. I think we're straight there. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how they replace Jordan Poyer, who they bring in to back up Micah Hyde when he comes back next year. And then, like I said, overall, I'm just looking for them to get some more weapons on offense. Dawson Knox, he got paid, but he's not playing up to the standard that Bills fans, would hope. I don't think. Now, it could be Ken Dorsey. It could just be that he's not using the tight end the way we would normally like to see him use them. But I'm 100% thinking that we try to get some more weapons on offense. You got to protect Josh. So offensive line and weapons. That's where I'm going this offseason.
Do you think they replace Singletary in the offseason, or do you think
I think they
try to
do.
keep him?
Yeah, I think they do. I think Singletary is a good running back, but I think when you look at the draft and you look at, you don't really want to pay running backs big money, especially when you have a team like now Josh Allen's contract kicks in, and when you pay him and then you pay Stephon Diggs and you have big money, you pay Von Miller, so now you can't pay everybody big money, and I think unfortunately, Devin Singletary is one of those type of talents that you can replace his production in the draft. You can find a nice running back that is good, but not great. Or hopefully you get lucky and a great running back falls to you in the second or third round that can absolutely come in and change your offense. Nobody expected Jonathan Taylor to be as great as he was. This year, you see Josh Jacobs doing great things. Nobody expected him to lead the league in rushing as of this point. So you can find production from running backs everywhere. I think James Cook now is playing really well. We against the Patriots, we saw him have over 100 yards all purpose. So I do think Devin Singletary is replaced, not because he's not good, just because, there's not enough money to go around, and you can't pay a running back when you can draft and keep that number low, but still get the same production.
What were your thoughts on the win over the Patriots?
Oh man, I'm excited about that win. It was one of the every time. It doesn't matter if it's a 47-17 blowout or if it's a little bit closer of a game. Anytime you beat the Patriots, to me, it's a good day. And the Patriots they have a good defense, so they'll have to figure out how to get their offense to produce some points to really, play the type of ball that each side benefits. Right now, they're not playing the type of offense that will really take them far into the playoffs. They're still somewhat in the conversation, but they're just out of, they're in the hunt. So they're not in the playoffs picture right now, but they're in the hunt. And, if they had some offense to go with it and they kind of strung together a few wins, they can make some noise at the end of the season. But for us, it's always amazing, and it's always fun to watch the Buffalo Bills, beat up on the Patriots. Because, for 17 years, close to 20 years, the Buffalo Bills were the little brother in the division, and the New England Patriots just destroyed the Bills every single year. We got a couple wins here and there, but, it feels good now, 5 out of the last 6 games, or 5 out of the last 6 games, the Buffalo Bills have won. And it took an act of God, like a windstorm and crazy weather, for the Buffalo Bills to lose to them last season, in that windstorm that we had in Orchard Park. So I love the game. I watched it like 3 times already. I'll probably watch it again today after we get off of this. And I can't wait to play them again in a few weeks.
How do you think we do against the Jets this upcoming week?
I think we're going to beat the Jets, and the Jets have a really good defense, but I think, that first game when we went to East Rutherford, I don't know if it was just outside of Stephon Diggs, we didn't have anybody really stepping up on offense, but I think Ken Dorsey is kind of figuring out how to get guys involved. There's a lot of packages that we saw against the Patriots where he had 2 running backs on the field as opposed to just one, and a tight end. They did a lot of things to kind of mask what they were doing. And I think if he continues to do that and be creative, get guys involved without it just being a simple handoff, and we kind of figure it out, I think the Bills can absolutely, take advantage of the New York Jets. And, you got to figure Mike White is back at quarterback. They benched Zach Wilson for good reason. He had a horrible game against the Patriots, only put up 3 points. So you look at that. I think Mike White is decent, but he's not a world-changing quarterback. He's not the kind of quarterback that will make you nervous to play football against. So I think with that being the case, I'm going to go with the best quarterback every time in the matchup, and Josh Allen is absolutely the best quarterback in the division, and he's most certainly the best quarterback in the matchup between the Bills and the Jets. So I'm looking forward to that game. Still pretty upset that we lost the first time around, but I think we're absolutely going to take this win and take some momentum into the end of the season and also into the playoffs.
Do you have any questions?
Well, the only question I really have is, you before we went live here, before you start recording, you told me about your awesome bowling game, and I'm just a little I need to know the trick. I need to know how you consistently perform so well when you go out and go bowling, because every time I go, man, it's like I bowl like an 85. Like, I'm that terrible. I'm that guy. I need the bumpers. I need to pull the bumpers out for me so I can actually try to win.
I mean, I have a few friends that are that are out there like that um keep me motivated and just to talk to them
Hmm.
it it makes me stay more comfortable out there with them.
Well, you do a good job. I gotta get practicing because if I ever come back to Buffalo and we go bowling, you're gonna embarrass me. So I gotta figure this out, man.
Yeah, and like my dad's taught me a lot too, so
Okay. Well, yeah, I gotta figure it out, man. I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna practice up. It's a bowling alley not too far from me, so I think I'm gonna get out there. I'm gonna get me my own ball and really get to practicing. And that way, next time I come to Buffalo, me and you can get together, have a beer or two, and go bowling, get something to eat, and just have a good time. Maybe we can drag Joe and Sterling along as well. Have some fun.
yeah. And like where where can my viewers listen to your podcast?
Well, first, thank you for having me on your show, man. I really appreciate you taking the time and asking me to come on. That's always a pleasure. This is my second time on the show. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I can't wait to do it again. We got to get you in the code of conduct again. But ladies and gentlemen, you can find me on the Buffalo Rumblings podcast and Vidcast Network. The code of conduct comes. We're live every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wednesday, the Hump Day Hotline with Joe Miller is also at 8 p.m. And then the Chop Up, it was on Saturdays, and now we started going live on Friday nights. So that way, you know, Sterling can enjoy his Saturday football for college. So Friday nights at 8 p.m., you can find me again with the Chop Up crew. We talk about the AFC East games for that weekend, and it's been a fun year. And hey, I'm so proud of you and everything that you've done with your show since the last time I've been a guest on here. So you know, like I said, anytime you need me, man, hit me up. I would love. I enjoy this every time. So hit me up. Let's do this again. Thank you, and yeah, go Bills.
Go Bills. And like do you have any other questions?
Nope, I'm all good to go. Well, let me ask you this. How do you feel about the Bills' playoff chances? You asked me, what do you think the Bills are going to do?
I think I think the Bills can make it to like the championship game, and I hope it's not against Kansas City this time.
Yeah. I think a lot of people would like to see the Bills and Kansas City go at it again just because Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen together, you know, it's big TV, it's big ratings, awesome. But I'm with you. I think at some point, you know, whether we have to beat them or not, I just want to make it to the Super Bowl. And um, Kansas City is the toughest team, I think, to go up against. I think there's a lot of similarities about the Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs at this point. So for me, I agree with you. Not that I'm scared of them. I just would much rather play a different team. I feel like every year we go up against these guys, but you know what they say: in order to be the man, you got to beat the man. And so far, we haven't beat Kansas City Chiefs. So I don't know. I look at it both ways, where it's like, hey, we got to beat them, so that way we could be the guys. But I don't know. I'm with you. I just want to get to the AFC Championship and then the Super Bowl, and I want to win it, man. I can't wait. I can't wait for the parade to go down Elmwood or Delaware, and you know, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for.
Thank you for tuning in or listening to this episode of Let's Talk Someone Six Sports. Thank you to my special guest, Spence, and Go Bills.
Go Bills.